Okay, we're continuing on. We didn't actually leave the game at all. So there we go. Didn't leave the game at all, but I did nip off for a toilet break. So right. Let's head up here. Ooh.
Don't like the looks of this. Like the boss is at it. Why? What's he doing now? From France. He said this time he's challenging everyone to a duel over a horse. Got him locked in there now. He's challenging everyone to a cook at him. Sundays, you bet that cat moves. Private shove him up real. Hey, don't say that too loud. You don't want it getting back to you.
What the heck? It's got an arrow through his head. How's he still alive?
Lucky kid.
Yeah, right. Level up and all that, very nice, but okay. Yeah. Jolly good. That's a spell on each hand, so I've got flames on one hand and healing magic on the other hand. Food. Oh, grilled leeks. Couple of cheese wheels. Clothes on wooden plate and a hat. Okay. That's enough cabbage, really. Mead. Doesn't hurt to take a couple of bottles of mead. Grilled leeks and baked potatoes. Right. Slow down. Huh. A chest. I can't see any traps on it. Good, good. Oh, wait a minute. We leveled up. That's right, we did. Let's increase our stamina. And increase our level of overdrop. There we go. So, not quite ready for Eagle Eye yet. Just looking for. Right. Oh, hello. I don't know. Do you think I can creep up to her and kill her with a dagger? What do you think? Don't even have a dagger anymore, do we? Yeah. Oh dear, they fell through the floor. That wasn't what I was hoping would happen. Right between the ribs. Flute? No, I don't want a flute. Skooma. That stuff's addictive. You pull an arrow out of one thing, all the other arrows that were stuck in it fall out, which appears to be a bug. Pension of the Ancestor Moth. Pension of the Ancestor Moth. To be read by all novitiates of the temple. The order of the Ancestor Moth is as ancient as it is noble. We nurture and celebrate our beloved ancestors, whose spirits manifest in the Ancestor Moths. Each moth carries the Fieron of an ancestor's spirit, loosely translated as the will to peace. The Fieron can be sung into the silk produced by the ancestor moths. When the silk is in turn spun into cloth and embroidered with the genealogy of the correct ancestor, clothing of wondrous power can be made. Adepts of our order are gifted with prescient powers. The wisdom of the ancestors can sing the future into the present. For this reason our order, and our order alone, hath been given the privilege to interpret the Elder Scrolls. These writings exceed even the gods, both Aedra and Daedra. Such insight into the inner fabric of reality comes at a price. Each reading of the Elder Scrolls is more profound than the last. Each leaves the priest blind for longer and longer periods of time. Finally, the last reading achieves a nearly sublime understanding of that scroll's contents, but the priest is left permanently blinded to the light of this world. No longer can he read the scrolls. This monastery is dedicated to the service of these noble members of our order. They now live out their lives with the ancestor moths that they so love. Their underground domains are well suited to the moths. They raise and nurture the fragile creatures, singing to them constantly. They harvest the silk and spin it into bolts of cloth. They weave the cloth, embroidering it with the genealogies and histories of the ancestors that spun the silk. This is their new life. As they tend the ancestor moths, so we tend the blind monks. While they toil in dark, we serve in the light. They need food and water, we provide. They need tools and furniture, we provide. They need secrecy and anonymity, we provide. They need purveyors to sell the fruit of their labours, we provide. At one time, we also provided protection. Many generations ago, Gudrun came to our temple. Newly blinded by visions of what was to be, she brought with her new teachings. The visions of the ancestors foresaw the need of the monks to defend themselves. They train and practice the teachings of Gudrun constantly. They are masters of the sword of no sword, the axes of no axe. As a novitiate, you will learn the teachings of Gudrun. You will learn the way of the peaceful fist. You will learn to serve the blind monks. You will learn to provide. In time, you may attain the peace and insight of the ancestor moths. Don't think I've ever read that book before. That was weird. Cats of Skyrim. Cats of Skyrim, a report by Aldertweel. I have been sent to this frigid wasteland to catalogue and study any of its indigenous cats, which has so far been uneventful. After months of wandering, I have so far encountered some variations of the same basic species. In my travels I have encountered several Khajiit outcast from their clans that have taken up residence in Skyrim. They have been most unhelpful, probably for fear I'd expose their locations. I can't say I'm surprised that there are few Khajiit here. It's cold and unwelcoming. Saber cats are basic giant cats that have evolved two dangerously sharp front teeth. The average saber cat has a reddish-brown fur, which it uses to blend into grassy regions, but I have observed them skulking and sleeping on rocks, so I don't believe the fur is for camouflage. The primary attacks of the saber cat are its biting attack, but it can also briefly rear up to attack with its front claws. I've also seen it pounce forward on its prey in a particularly powerful attack. The snowy version of the saber cat has spotted white fur, which I believe it uses more for stalking more than its cousin in the plains. The tooth of the cat is rumoured to be useful in potions that restore the imbiber's stamina, as well as a potion that will temporarily give a more keen eye for smithing. Right, so saber-tooth cat. Saber-tooth cat tooth is whatever. And the tooth of the saber cat has restoration of stamina and improved smithing as it's two of its properties. A skillful hunter, it should be a skillful hunter. A skillful hunter can usually salvage the pelts and teeth of their kill, but report that the meat is tasteless and not fit to eat. All useful information. A Dancing Fire Volume 4 and The Life of Uriel Septim the 7th I think we can skip. Songs of the Return Volume 2, Gods and Worship. Alduin is real? What's this? Alduin is real, and he and Akatosh by Thrumgar Ironhead, Proud Nord. As my da used to say, Imperials are idiots. That is why I am writing this book. I ain't never wrote a book before, and I do not reckon to write one again. But sometimes a man must do what a man must do, and what I must do is set the record straight about the god called Akatosh and the dragon called Alduin. They ain't the same thing, no matter what them Imperials might say, or how they might wish it to be so. My da was never one for the gods, but my ma was. She worshipped all the divines, and taught me lots of things, so I know a thing or two about Akatosh, just as much as any Imperial. I know he was the first of all the gods to take shape in the beginning place, and I know he has the shape of a dragon. My da even told me the story of Martin Septim and the things what happened when the gates to oblivion opened. Septim turned into the spirit of Akatosh and killed Merun's Dagon. Spoilers, I haven't actually finished the main quest in Oblivion. Oops. Anyway, now I don't know about you, but any dragon that fights the Prince of Destruction is okay by me. Now I hope you understand the problem. Akatosh is good. Everyone from Nord to Imperial knows that. But Alduin, he ain't good. He's the opposite of good. That Alduin is evil through and through. So you see, Akatosh and Alduin can't be one and the same. Growing up as a lad in Skyrim, I heard all the stories told to me by my da, who was told by his da, who was told by his da, and so on. And one of those stories was about Alduin. But see, he was not Akatosh, he was another dragon, and a real one at that. Akatosh is some kind of spirit dragon, I think, when he bothers to be a dragon at all, and not a god living in some kind of god place like Oblivion. But Alduin is a real dragon, with flesh and teeth and a mean streak longer than the White River, and there was a time when Alduin tried to rule over all of Skyrim with his other dragons. In the end, it took some mighty strong heroes to finally kill Alduin and be done with his whole sorry story. So I got to ask, does that sound like Akatosh to you? No, friend, no it do not. So I, Thrumgar Ironhead, do firmly say, with the utmost conviction, that Alduin is real, and he ain't Akatosh. Well, that's us told. Right, I'll leave the rest of the books. We've got to play a game here. We can't sit around reading books all day, right? Oh no, more books. But that's so... Oh, wait a minute. Ingol and the Sea Ghosts. Ingol and the Sea Ghosts. Nathan Secunda passed over Isgramor's people as their fellowship landed in long boats upon the rocky shores of Sarek Head on their journey from Atmora to Merit. Boats littered the coast, but Isgramor did not count his kin Ingols among them. Isgramor commanded the sea ghosts to surrender his king, and a great gale darkened the sky. The seas thrashed and churned, and a wrathful storm appeared. Isgramor took up the oars and rowed into the storm alone. Upon the sea Isgramor wrestled the sea ghosts, and the storm carried him along the jagged coast. 2 fortnights passed without relief, until finally the storm broke. Come the next dawn, Ingol's longboat was found in the icy surf, but the vengeful sea ghosts had already taken Ingol and his clansmen. In his terrible grief, Isgramor slew a dozen beasts and burned them in honour of his fallen kinsmen. A barrow hole was dug in the Atmoran tradition, and Ingol was laid to rest with rites and honours among his clansmen far below the rocky face of Sarek Head, the first children of the sky to perish in Tamriel. Okay. Cross Daggers. The history of Riften. That's called Immortal Blood by Anonymous, which will be about vampires. I do want to read them, but you know. You can never tell which books are skill books from the titles either. Let's have a look in here. Ooh, an orcish bow. That does better damage. I'll take that. Scroll farming. Creatures and people up to level 12 nearby won't fight for 60 seconds. Might be useful in a pinch. Right. Orcish bow. Right, so my new bow. This is my new bow. Okie dokie. Oi oi, where's somebody? Sniped. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, there's loads of them! Oops, a daisy. What the heck? I don't know what's going on here. None of my arrows are hitting. Oops, a daisy. Right. It's time to switch. Go. Axe of white running out right hand and flames in the left hand. Yeah, looks good to me. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm out of stamina. And you see, I could let the saber-tooth out and then try and convince it to be my ally. Where is it? Flames, healing, Pyrethroid, Oak Flash, Orcish, Soul Trap. Where's my oh, right, I see. Oh, no. Powers. See, I thought command animal should be able to still use my racial power, and I've got it favorited, but it's not showing up in the favourite. Powers can only be used once a day. Oh, right, and I've already used it once today, have I? I see. Button powers can only be used once a day. Ooh, well, do I want to let the saber-tooth out or not? That's the question. Here's another question. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, that works.
Everybody pushes me around. Well, no more. Stand still. This ends now.
Okay, there he is. Come on. Wonder where that zombie's gone. Oh well.
Already lost.
Where is he? I think he's just run off. Well, no matter. I'll just loot your chest. Ooh, iron gauntlet of major wielding. The heavy armour though, which is a shame. Still, I'll have them away. Ooh, orcish arrows. Oh jeez, no, I don't want the skull. Troll skull. I'll drop that. Potion man healing. Drift of health. Cheese wheel. I'm going to be close to my limit now. There he is. Come on then. Come on then. I didn't see that! You cheating swine of a PC! Your magic sidestep. Oops. Try again. Where's he gone? There we go. Just check this one. Oops, I thought I'd stepped out of the way of that. I knew I couldn't take it. I thought I'd sidestepped it. Oh well. Okay, so this is where we snuck in here. And there are actually loads of these guys. And I was going to snipe one of them in the head. Oops. What's going on there? Okay. Okay, now, oops, wrong thing. Let's do that. Complete with the sword through his neck. The arrow through his neck. Take the gold, take the beef. Come on. Follow me, follow me. Stupid zombie. Okay.
This is all clear.
Oops. Come on.
Remember, give up while you still can.
Off he goes. That was the one that I raised as a zombie. I did it again. Oop. Right. Oh dear.
That's
Got me
no
again.
Stain. What was that?
Oof.
Send another one. Send two. I don't care.
Okay. Alright. I see why I didn't get a hit before when I was shooting over there. I was actually shooting at the food that's cooking. It's not a bandit at all. Where are the other bandits then?
What are you waiting for? Somewhere?
There they are.
Now's your chance.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Die, damn you!
Oof. Okay.
I'll get you.
Get up, get up.
Can't hide from me. Can't hide from me. Remember, hit the one in the middle.
That's right. Hit the one in the middle.
I'll make it pay.
Come on, zombie. Okay. I wonder.
Where are you?
I think maybe we can pick their lock on that cage or something.
It's all clear.
I don't know where he is. Oh right. Oops-a-daisy. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Yep. It's okay.
What are you waiting for?
Right. Okay. Right. Oops. I missed him that time. There we go.
You've already lost. It's so much easier to run when you're dead.
Okay. I think I'll favourite race zombie as well. Right. We do not want to let that thing out. Search the chest. Take the arrows. Okay. Wave. Potion minor healing. Draft of health. Beedle cheese wheel. Brad. Oh. Lost knife cage key. Oh, there's a guy up there. Oh no, that's my zombie. My zombie that's actually not doing anything of any use. Alright, so this is how you do it. Right.
Someone there?
Okay.
Kill your ah!
Someone's increased. Let's drink that. Oh yeah. Now, who let the cat out? It killed my follower. It's killed Fendal. Who let it out? I didn't let the cat out. Killed Fendal. Oh. Ah, I'm gonna reload this. I don't want Fendal dead. Oh. So annoying. When did the cat escape? This is a time when my ability to control animals would be really useful. And I can't even do it. How did the cat get out? I unlocked that other cage. Okay. Getting better. Getting better. Tell me you guys know where we are. Oh, quiet. Yeah, nicely done, find out. Right. What I'm gonna do.
I've got your back.
Wait here.
You go on ahead.
Alright. Oops. Okay. Pop up here. Loot this corpse. Take the key. No. What I did was open this. And the cat's still inside. Whoops, a daisy. He just punked me while I wasn't looking. I can't believe it. Last time it was like, how did the cat get out? This time I'm checking on the cat, make sure it hasn't been released. And the guy comes up behind me and clubbers me to death. So annoying. Okay. At least I'm getting a bit better at sniping these guys. no. Moving targets are harder to hit after all.
It's so much easier to roam.
Okay. Cannot use while in combat. But technically, if someone's aware of our presence, we are still in combat. There we go. Take the... Now then. It's the cat that can see me. This time. Arrgh. Won't let me take that back either.
Is someone there?
No, no, nobody. Oh, come on.
We've already lost. Everybody pushes me around. Well, no more.
Where's he gone? There he is.
There's no escape. I'll get you.
Oh, but you won't though, will you? Not this time you won't.
Remember, hit the one in the middle. Show me what you got.
Oh, Franga can't hit him. Yeah, little tight go.
Remember, hit the one in the middle.
Ah, I'm using up all these arrows. Ah! So annoying.
We've already lost. Everybody pushes me around. Well, no more.
Wonder what the range on the raised dead spell is. Okay, right. I don't have it here. Hang on. Right, conjuration, raise zombie. Oops, wrong one. Yeah! That's it.
Remember, hit the one in the middle. When this is across.
Yeah, man. Whoa! Ah! Uh-oh. He took the zombie out. Oh, God. Left, right, right, left. There we go, that's taken him out. Finally. Right. Good job, good job. Let's do a quick save. Ooh. Yeah. Right. It really didn't have anything value on him. Okay, right, well. Oh. Bandit Thug is too powerful for Res Zombie. I thought so. Let's mine the gold ore. Okay. Some point I'm sure I'll come across a smelter. Then we shall have some fun. Oh. Okay, we successfully sneak past that sentry. But we don't really want to leave them alive. Oh well. Uh-oh. Got her in the end. Just check what kind of arrows I'm currently quivered. Still using iron arrows. Upgrade to steel arrows. Use the steel arrows until the steel arrows are all gone, then we'll automatically end up dying on there as well. Oh wait, iron sword of ice. So Imperial sword does 15 damage. The iron sword of ice does 13 damage, but then it does an extra 15 frost damage to health and stamina, as long as it's got charge in it. Not bad. And there we go. over me carrying weight. So, I need to start looking at dropping stuff. Well, one of the things I've got here is some books that I haven't read yet. So, The Hope of Redoran. Let's read that and then I can drop it. The Hope of Redoran by Turiel Nirith. One of the few magical arts the Psychics of Artaeum have kept to themselves, away from the common spells and schools of the Mages Guild, is the gift of divination. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, omens and prophecies abound in Tamriel, some of substance, others of pure folly, and still others so ambiguous as to be unverifiable. There are still other prophecies kept secret, from the prophecies of Drogizad in Elsewhere and the Nerevarine in Morrowind to the Elder Scrolls themselves. The Nord nobility have a tradition of having omens read for their children. In general, these readings are of the obscure variety. One of my acquaintances told me that her parents were told, for example, that their daughter would have her life rescued by a snake, and so gave her the name Serpentkin in a special ceremony. And this young lady, Aria Valkor Serpentkin, was indeed saved by a snake many years later, when an assassin, creeping on her, stepped on a Dunsworm viper. Occasionally, omens seem to be almost purposefully misleading, as if Boethia had crafted them as traps. I recall one particularly. Many years ago, a male child was born into House Redoran. It was a very difficult birth, and the mother was delirious and near death by the time it was over. She chanted just as her son came into the world, and she passed from it. Fortune has smiled this day, not frowned. My child will be mighty in mind and in arm. He shall bring hope to House Redoran. Neither spell nor blade shall hurt the man, nor illness nor poison cause any harm. His blood shall never drop on the ground. The boy, named Anders, was indeed extraordinary. He never was ill, and never suffered so much as a scratch all through his childhood. He was also quite intelligent and strong, which, combined with his invulnerability, caused many to call him, after his mother's omen, the Hope of the Redoran. Of course, anyone who is called the Hope of the Redoran will eventually develop some taint of impertinence, and it wasn't long before he had enemies. His worst enemy was his cousin Athin, who had borne much abuse at the hands of Anders. Primary among the grudges was that Athin had been sent to Rehad to complete his education at Anders' insistence. When Athin returned from Hammerfell, it was because of the death of his father, who had also been a councillor of the house. Athin was old enough to take his seat in the council, but Anders claimed the seat as well, saying that his cousin had been gone too long from Morrowind and didn't understand politics as he did. The majority of the house agreed with Anders, wanting to see the Hope of Redoran rise quickly. Athin exercised his right to combat his cousin for the seat. No one thought he had any chance of winning, of course, but the battle was scheduled to commence the following morn. Anders whored and dined and drank with the councillors that night, confident that his place in the house was secured and the hopeful new dawn of House Redoran was rising. Athin retired to his castle with his friends, Anders' enemies, and his servants he had brought from Hammerfell. Athin and his friends were discussing a duel morosely when one of his old teachers, a warrior called Shardi, came into the hall. She had grown quite proud of her student over the years in Hammerfell, proud enough to accompany him across the Empire to his family's lands, and wanted to know why they had so little confidence in his odds in the battle. They explained to her that Anders' uncommon blessings and the nature of his mother's omen. If he can't be harmed by disease, poison, magicka, and his blood can never be spilled, what hope have I of ever besting him? Cried Athin. Have you remembered nothing I taught you? Replied Shardi. Is there no weapon you can think of that will slay without blood? Are swords and spears and arrows the only items in your arsenal? Athin quickly realized the weapon Shardi was speaking of, but it seemed absurd. Not only absurd, but pathetic and primitive. Still, it was the only hope he had. All that night, Shardi trained him in the art and techniques, showing him the various swings and stances her people had developed in Albiagora, counterattacks, feints and blocks imported from Yokuda, the classic one- and two-handed grips from the most ancient weapon in history. The cousins faced one another the next morning. I never have two combatants looked so unevenly matched. Anders's entrance brought a great cheer, for not only was he much beloved as the hope of the Redoran, but as his victory was a foregone conclusion, most wanted to be in good standing with him. His shining mail and blade drew admiration and awe. By contrast, Athen drew a gasp of surprise and only a smattering of polite applause. He appeared costumed and armed like a barbarian. As Shadi had suggested, Athen allowed Anders to attack first. The hope of the Redoran was eager to finish the battle and take the power he deserved quickly. The blade, pushed by Anders's mighty arms, slashed across Athen's chest, but shallowly. Before it could be counterswung, Athen knocked it back with his own weapon. When Athen attacked and wounded Anders, the hope of the Redoran was so surprised by being hurt for the first time in his life that he dropped his sword. The less said about the end of the battle the better. Suffice it to say that Athen, wielding a simple club, battered Anders to death without spilling a drop of blood. Athen took his father's seat as counsellor, and it was then said that the hope in the omen referred to Athen, not Anders. After all, had Anders not tried to take the council seat away from his cousin, Athen, being not very ambitious, might have never tried to get it. It can certainly be argued that way, I suppose. Right, drop that now. You can store it on the bookshelf or in the whatever. Anyway, it won't be there if I ever come back. The container will probably reset. See what else I might be able to drop. You see, the problem with dragon bone and dragon scales is they're always very heavy. Let's drop the wolf pelt as well. Okay, that'll do for now, but we're still pretty much redlined. I should really do something about all the food I've been stockpiling in my inventory. I think we all know why I'm doing that. See, this is that first cave that I came in, remember? Came in there, and I came down there, and when I looked up here I thought, oh, at some point I'll be able to get onto this section. Well, there we go. Lost knife hideout's been cleared. Okay. They're all chemical. So are they. Anyway, where was I? Yes. There we were at Lost Knife Hideout, and we want to head southwest. Well, as much as we can. Not quite sure. What was that? making that noise? Making that noise. Oh, it's a skeleton. Yeah, wave your sword at me, you skeleton. You pile of undead bones, you. Whoa, you skeever. Have some. Right. Oh dear. See, I'm still picking stuff up. Carrying too much to be able to run. Oh no, look what happened to one of the vigilants of Stendar. Jumped by undead, eh? Physicalities of werewolves. Person of cure disease. I'll take that anyway. No, Amulet of Stendar. Block 10% more damage with your shield. Barely use shields. I might do at some point in the future when I want to get my block skill up. So, no, I need to drop some things really. Right, start dropping cabbages, I suppose. Get rid of 4 cabbages. And go. I just ate that carrot. I meant to hit R, not just click on it. If you click on it, you eat it. Right. That'll do. All those carrots. You just keep picking all this food up, that's the problem. Let's just eat the good, shall we? I don't know. I've got rather too many tomatoes as well. Get rid of the tomatoes. I could get rid of a few apples. There we go. Oh dear me. Oh. Up into the mountains we go. Bye, bye, bye. Do we want to keep going up into the mountain? I suppose we do. Aye, aye. Hoping to get my arrows back, you know. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh. There's something over there. What's that? Is that a troll? Yes, it is a troll. Where's that troll going? Oh well. Not getting over here if it's running off there. Oh, known route. Right. Deer antlers. They're alchemical ingredient. Need to drop something. Hide boots aren't really worth much. What is that? That's alright. These guys are just...
True sons and daughters of Skyrim. Tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
It's Stormcloaks. Part of the rebellion. Alright. Here's the troll. Right. Definitely want fire. Fire, 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 fire. Flames. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh. Come back out of the way in time. Balls. So it's why when you're doing a lot of overland travel, quick saving's a good idea. There are the Stormcloaks. And here comes the troll. Right. Wait a minute. What I want to do is this. Potions. Health is increased. It's that. Do I really want to do that? Anyway. Frostbite venom. That's what I want to do. Oh, buddy. Right. There we are. Drink a potion, drink a potion. Uh-oh. Damn me. I accidentally hit something I didn't mean to hit there. Right. Okay. Potion of minor healing. Right. Okay. God. Oof. Oh boy. Right. Okay.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
Ah. Not. Wow, thank God we killed that troll. I thought it was going to eat us for its dinner. No. Oh my God, the way you dispatched that troll, it was so badass and awesome. No. No.
I'll fight the entire Legion myself if they dare show their faces here.
Goat hide. Right, well, leave it. This is, you pick everything up. And then you end up with your full inventory. Leave the barrows for now. Here we are in Iverstead. Right, somebody round here wants to talk to me. Some greybeard. Oh, fish. Where are the fish? Never mind the fish. Ah! We must have river! Help! Help, help! Oh. I jumped to the river looking for fish.
On your way up the 7,000 steps again, Cook?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High Hrothgar. The path isn't safe.
Aren't the Greybeards expecting some supplies?
Honestly, I'm not certain. I've yet to be allowed into the monastery. Perhaps one day. I wish I could make
Hello,
my
my friend.
deliveries more.
What can I do for you on such a fine day?
Dangerous.
I always thought it was
Anything you tell me
odd that
about
there's a
High
layer of
Hrothgar?
thick clouds covering the peak of the mountain above the monastery. Huh. Not sure what's up there, but I bet the Greybeards know.
You seem quite happy.
My father taught me an important lesson many years ago. He said, Gwilyn, you have the whole world before you. Go out and experience it. Be whatever you want to be. So I took his advice, and here I am. This life might not look like much to you, but I'm content. And isn't that all that matters?
It's certainly something that matters. It's certainly one of the things that matter. Let's talk to Klimek. He knows about the...
7,000 steps indeed. Next time they need to build it closer to the ground. Passing through on your way to High Hrothgar? About to make a delivery up there myself.
What type of deliveries do you make to High Hrothgar?
Mostly food supplies like dried fish and salted meats. You know, things that keep fresh for a long time. The Greybeards tend not to get out much, if you catch my meaning.
Yes, I catch your meaning. And in return?
Well, it's kind of an understanding between us. I mean, it just wouldn't feel right to charge them for a bit of preserved food. Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be, and climbing the 7,000 steps takes its toll.
I could do it for you. After all, I'm going that way myself.
Really? Well, that would be kind of you. Here, take this bag of supplies. At the top of the steps, you'll see the offering chest. Just leave the bag inside, and you're done.
Yeah, that's what you think. Anything you can tell me about High Hrothgar? Or anything I should watch out for during the climb? Yeah, more likely.
Well, there's the occasional wolf pack or stray, but that's all I've ever had to deal with. Shouldn't be a problem for the likes of you. Other than that, watch your footing. In these wintry conditions, the stairs can be treacherous.
Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to ask
Be
him.
careful up there.
Whatever he tells me about High Hrothgar, I'm going up there anyway, so... But I have to speak to someone first, don't I? Nope, nope. Apparently now it's go up the mountain to High Hrothgar time. Okay, fine though. What's over here? Ah, this is one of the new barrows. Well, it's not time for going round a barrow right now. It's time for going up there. I think once we get up there, it will be time for this video to end. Oh, there's a cave to explore, but we'll do the cave later. Up the steps we go. Like climbing a mountain in China. Not sure how many steps there were on Taishan. Wait a minute. Soul trap. Yes. Okay. Oh, your magic is low, which may prevent you from casting spells. Yes. Still enough to take the wolf out and capture its cell. Yeah. Okie dokie. Who's this?
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Did you hear the greybeards called Dovahkiin?
I did. Strange days when the monks will do that. I wonder what it means.
What are you
I
doing?
like to spend time up here. Walk the steps. Meditate on the embers. Doesn't hurt when I bag some game along the way.
Do you visit the greybeards?
They're not the sort to take visitors. But I never go that high up the path anyway. Some folk who make the trip leave them food or other essentials. But not to make conversation.
Okay. Bye for
Alright.
now. Where's that camera hungry goat gone? He's like one of those people that like sees that there's a reporter doing a camera piece for the news and like deliberately tries to go in front of where the camera is. That's what it was doing. It was like, oh, I'm just gonna like tap dance in front of you. Now you're talking to this guy. What the? Let's soul trap this wolf as well. Oops. What the heck? I let the wolf kill me. I do not bloody believe it. Trump, 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 Trump. Oh, Trump, 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 Trump.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Oh, I won't speak to him again this time. Wasn't like I picked up any kind of a quest. We all know what he said. Right. Okay. That is not an ordinary wolf. That was an ice wolf. Right. Food. There we go. That's what the food's there for, after all. Lots of marker cannons up here. There's always enough moonlight to see by. Excuse me a second. Okay. Huh? Have I come the wrong way? Who's this?
Need something?
Did you hear the grey beard called over key?
I was just outside Iverstead when it happened. It's an exciting moment. Nothing like this has happened in centuries.
It is exciting. So, who are you?
Just a pilgrim. I'd prefer to leave it at that, if you don't mind.
Alright. What are you doing?
I was just outside Iverstead when it
Oh,
happened.
all of what I
It's an
tried to say.
exciting moment. Nothing like this has happened in centuries.
I wanted to say what you're doing.
Walking the steps, meditating on the emblems. I make this trip every few years.
Okie dokie.
All right then.
Yes. Alright, yeah, here we go. Onwards and upwards. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Nothing but wolves. Ha! That ain't no wolf. That is a frost troll.
You can't beat me!
Haha. Oh dear. Yeah, I've leveled up. Fantastic. Right. Okay, first things first. I'll quaff those potions. Right. And next. Oh, well, potions. Why am I not wearing anything on my head? What happened to my novice hood? I don't appear to be wearing it. There's something wrong there. Well, anyway. Oh no, that's because that's not me. Yeah, that's my follower. Oh yeah. Woof! And he's still alive, thank God for that. Right. Control flats, heavy stuff. Oh boy. Right. Oops, sorry, I meant. That's what I meant. No. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I can level up. Okay, so Archer is at 30, which means I can take either Eagle Eye or Critical Shot. Yeah, let's take Critical Shot. Okay. There's a rush through the steps over there. Well, I never remembered it taking quite this long to get all the way up here. I haven't used the fast travel system yet. Indeed, the game never actually explicitly teaches you to use it. You know, they assume that you don't know anything, that you need to be told W, A, S and D, and yet they don't tell you how to use the fast travel system. But I'm pretty sure the fast travel system is in effect in this game, which means you can return to locations you've previously visited using it, which means I don't have to like actually walk all the way up all these stairs should I want to come back here in the future. Is that the thing? This is the chest I'm supposed to put the stuff in. Miscellaneous. Climax supplies. I'm not trying to equip it, I'm trying to store it. There we go. There we go. Job done. Right. You called?
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age.
I'm answering your summons.
We will see if you truly have the gift. Show us, Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
Okay, demonstrate your unrelenting voice show.
Strike us with the power of your voice.
Very well. Well, you did say.
It is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Angir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
Why have I come here? Answering your summons.
We are honored to welcome a Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. We will do our best to teach you how to use your gift in fulfillment of your destiny.
What is my destiny?
That is for you to discover. We can show you the way, but not your destination.
I'm ready to learn.
We are honored to welcome...
Wait, that's not what I clicked on. Oh, goodness me.
We will do our best to teach you how to... That is for you to discover.
Right,
We
this
can
is what
show
I'm
you
trying
the
to do.
way,
Here, this
but
one.
not you have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen.
Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, the second word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro.
Ooh, check it out.
You learn a new word like a master. You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of Ro.
Ooh.
Now, let us see how quickly you can master your new thumb.
Right. Now it's time to have another go.
Unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear.
Strike the targets.
Ah!
Right.
Boost! Go!
Okay. To wait for it to recharge. Oh, and they automatically.
Boost! Go!
There we go.
You learn quickly. Once more.
There you go. Now you can give you an auto recharge on the ability,
Boost! Go!
so you don't have to stand here for ages waiting for it to recharge.
Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Bori.
Alright, come on, Bori. Note the dragon scale like decoration on the monk's robes. Ah, the morning has dawned.
We will now see how you learn a completely new shout. Master Bori will teach you Wool, which means whirlwind.
There it is.
The word within yourself before you can project it into a thing. The others do not speak. Their voices are too powerful for you to withstand. Master Bore will teach you the first word of a new shout. Attend to him.
Yes.
Approach Master Bore and he will gift you his language of wool.
Okay, so I've
Now
learned.
we will see how quickly you can master
sprint shout.
Master Wolfgar will demonstrate whirlwind sprint. Then it will be your turn.
Very well.
Master Bori. X.
Oh,
Now,
check
your
that.
turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your whirlwind sprint to pass through before it closes.
So I have to switch to that then. Shout. Whirlwind sprint. There we go. Whoa. Well, that worked.
Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself.
I have to say I'm almost astonished myself. I can say I don't know how I do it, it just happens.
You were given this gift by the gods for a reason. It is up to you to determine how best to use it. You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostengraf. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return.
Okay. The horn of Jürgen Windcaller. Right. And we can ask a number of things here. Such as, why are the dragons returning? Does it have something to do with me?
No doubt, the appearance of a dragonborn of this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear.
So I will continue my training.
Good. Then you will be ready for whatever lies ahead.
I can ask who was Jürgen Windcaller.
He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, the master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster of Green Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jürgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born.
What is the way of the voice?
The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons do. Although this gift has often been misused, the only true use of the voice is for the worship and glory of the gods. True mastery of the voice can only be achieved when your inner spirit is in harmony with your outward actions. In the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain, and the practice of the voice, we strive to achieve this balance.
Right, so, but I don't follow your philosophy. Why help me learn the voice?
The Dragonborn is an exception to all the rules. The dragon blood itself is a gift of the gods. If we accept one gift, how can we deny the other? As Dragonborn, you have received the ability to shout directly from Akatosh. We therefore seek to guide you on the proper use of your gift, which transcends the restrictions which bind other mortals.
Right, I got the whole, the rules don't apply to me bit. I quite like that. That's fine. That's all good. Yeah. Okay then. I'm special. I'm special. The rules don't apply to me. I can just do awesome stuff all day long. Right. Okay, I'm gonna save the game here. Did that actually save? Probably. Yes, it did. Right, okay, and that will be quitting time. No? Thank you.